On Sunday, we had the Bahrain Grand Prix. We learned a lot. There's a lot to break down. It was fun. It was exciting. There were twists and turns, both figuratively and literally. Here are the top 10 points finishers from Sunday. First, you had Charles Leclerc for Ferrari. He also got another extra point for fastest lap. Second, you had the other Ferrari driver, Carlos Sainz. In third and fourth, you had third, Lewis Hamilton, and fourth, George Russell, both driving for Mercedes. In fifth place, you had Kevin Magnussen for Haas. That's a great story. We'll talk about that in a moment. In sixth place, you had Valtteri Bottas driving for Alfa Romeo. Seventh was Esteban Ocon for Alpine. Eighth, Yuki Tsunoda for AlphaTauri. Ninth, Fernando Alonso for Alpine. And in 10th place, the other Alfa Romeo driver, a rookie in his first ever Formula One race, Zhou Guanyu. I hope I pronounced it right. I'm doing the very best I can. Let's start off by talking about Ferrari. It's a 1-2 for them. It's incredible. It's a new top dog in Formula One. Ferrari is awesome. We're only one race in, but they are the team to beat so far during the 2022 Formula One season. And I gotta say, it is so great to see Ferrari back on top in Formula One. A good Ferrari team is great for the sport and great for Formula One. It's similar to the Dallas Cowboys in the NFL or the Lakers in the NBA. The sport is better when they're a good team. So I was very excited and happy to see Ferrari win. Great for Charles Leclerc. Happy for Carlos Sainz. They got a really great team and a really great driver lineup. Now, Red Bull, oh boy, huge loss for them. Engine failure in the final couple laps. They missed out on a podium finish, whether it was Max Verstappen and then Sergio Perez. Pierre Gasly, by the way. So 3 out of the 4 Red Bull cars had engine failure, both with the Red Bull main team and then AlphaTauri, their sister team. Pierre Gasly in lap 46, his engine caught on fire. Lap 55, Max Verstappen retired after slowing down during lap 54 and getting passed by pretty much everybody. Sergio Perez retired on the very final lap, lap 57. It was awful and not a good day for Red Bull. I mean, that's not entirely true. They showed they had pace to keep up with Ferrari. They were very competitive. It was fun back and forth all race between Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen, even if Charles Leclerc clearly pulled away towards the end. But to not even be able to finish the race, falling apart the way they did at the end of the race was horrible. And you got to walk away feeling not great for Red Bull, although, again, they're clearly faster than Mercedes. Now, for Mercedes, it's a massive day. They got gifted a podium by Red Bull's failure. And finishing third and fourth is it's a gift that they did not expect with like 5 laps to go during the race. It's clear, though, that they are the third fastest team right now in Formula One. Now, it's only one race. There's a lot of time between now and the end of the year for them to make changes and tweak their car and improve. But they do need to make changes if they're going to get faster and have a real competitive shot at competing for a world championship. Now, a lot is going to change throughout the year as teams make little subtle tweaks to their aerodynamic setup and engine tweaks. But the question is, can Mercedes elevate themselves enough to go from third place right now? I mean, they're second technically in the standings, but it's clear they're the third fastest car. Can Mercedes do enough work throughout the year to go from the third fastest car to potentially winning in F1? They're second right now in the constructors' standings. We're only one race in, but I am very interested to see how the year will go for them. Now, Haas. Oh, my goodness. It's amazing. Kevin Magnussen got 5th place. He was P7 most of the race. He had the fastest car other than the big 3 in F1, Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes. Look, Haas sacrificed a lot last year and kind of said, we're going to take an L entirely last year during 2021 to develop their car for this year. And I didn't expect it to work. I'm not going to lie. I thought Haas was going to be terrible. I know they were doing great during preseason testing and free practice, but I was very skeptical. I'm like, we'll see if this actually plays out on the track. And clearly they are, other than the top 3, the fastest car as of the first race. What's even crazier, though, is that 2 weeks ago, Kevin Magnussen didn't even know he would be driving in Formula One, not only this year, but literally ever again. And then Earl Cowley and Mazepin got dropped by Haas. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know that this car would have gotten P5. In fact, I'm not only not sure, I can declare confidently, without Kevin Magnussen, this car would not gotten a 5th place or even 7th place finish in Formula One. Like, Nikita Mazepin was not going to drive this car quick enough to get here. And it's very cool to see Kevin Magnussen in a genuinely quick car in Formula One, something that we never really ever got to see until now. Mick Schumacher, their other driver, their young stud who's developing and growing, I feel like with every race, he finished P11, one shy of a points finish. And it's just really exciting because Haas showed a lot of great pace. It's much needed for them. And I mean, I compared this on Twitter or Instagram to like the Cleveland Browns in the NFL going from a just horrible football team to making the playoffs and returning to prominence. I don't know that that's a bit dramatic. Maybe not. I don't know. But certainly Haas has been down for quite a while. And is it going to last? I don't know. But to see them in race number 1, not only competitive, but maybe the best team in the midfield is, really, really cool to see. Now, it was a big day for Alfa Romeo. Valtteri Bottas got 6th place for them. Zhou Guanyu got P10. The Ferrari engine clearly is really helping their team. It's cool to see Alfa Romeo doing very well. And again, Guanyu, I hope I'm saying his name right, but it's really incredible to see him in his first ever F1 race get a points finish. That's just impressive and exciting, and I'm very, very happy for the guy. And big losses today. Today, Sunday, whatever you want it to be. I'm recording this Sunday night for me. I'm the last at the very end of the time zone across the planet. McLaren got 14th and 15th. Daniel Ricciardo got 14th. Lando Norris got 15th. They were not competitive, and really they should have been P16 and 17 had Red Bull not completely fallen apart at the end of the race. It's a really concerning and disappointing day if you're a McLaren fan. It's the same story with Aston Martin. Aston Martin got P12 with Lance Stroll. Sebastian Vettel did not drive due to the Rona, and Nico Hülkenberg filling in got P17. He was very last in the race. If you're a Aston Martin fan, you're certainly looking pretty side-eyed at your team going, wow. I was hoping for a step forward, and if anything, race 1 felt like a step backward for Aston Martin. Now, after one race, the strongest teams in the midfield are Haas, Alfa Romeo, I suppose AlphaTauri as well. I mean, even though Pierre Gasly had to retire and didn't finish, they were competitive, and Yuki Tsunoda finished in 8th. And then Alpine, man, had 2 points finishes. Esteban Ocon got P7, Fernando Alonso P9. I'm excited to see how the year goes for Alpine. I did not expect them to start the year with much better pace than McLaren. That surprises me a lot. I'm happy to see that. I was hoping we would get some kind of rivalry this year between Alpine and Aston Martin, and right now it looks like Aston Martin is way behind Alpine. And I wanted Sebastian Vettel versus Fernando Alonso. I'm very worried we're not going to get that kind of rivalry this year because it looks like Alfa Romeo is so far Aston Martin, is so far behind Alpine. And then, frankly, I got nothing to say about Williams. They're still terrible. They still suck. I mean, maybe they're not the worst team ever in Formula One, at least the worst team this year in F1. It looks like maybe that could be Aston Martin after just one race, but I just have no interesting storylines with Williams. I'm like, I just have a hard time caring. Now, the next race coming is this Sunday, March 27th in Saudi Arabia. Then after that, April 10th, we will go to Australia. I cannot wait for that. And look, Red Bull has to respond next Sunday after having an engine failure. They need to show that, I mean, they just can't fall even farther behind in the championship. I know it's only one race, but if you don't finish again, I mean, look, we're only one race in. I don't want to overreact, but I really want to see Red Bull respond with a good finish. And for them to already not have any points to start the year is surprising and very disappointing. It was a really fun battle, though, between Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. I hope we can get a battle like that. I felt like Charles Leclerc was clearly a little bit faster, a better pace, but if we can get that kind of back and forth throughout the entire year, oh, man, that would be incredible and really, really fun. I will say it looked like everybody struggled a little bit on the new tires in F1. I mean, you saw a lot of drivers missing apexes of turns, and I don't know. We'll see how that plays out throughout the rest of the year. Now, the kind of the lingering questions for the next couple races are, can Ferrari continue to dominate? Are they really the best team in Formula One? I think they are the team to beat right now, and will that continue through Saudi Arabia, through Australia? Can Haas stay strong? I'm also really curious if McLaren can rebound. They were third in 2020, fourth in 2021. I would call McLaren the most disappointing team to start the year in Formula One. They look like they are way behind a lot of other teams in the midfield. And if there's like three tiers of F1 cars, if there's the big three, McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull, then the midfield, I would actually put McLaren right now in the bottom tier of Formula One, which is very surprising to me. And I mean, they got really good drivers, Daniel Ricciardo, Lando Norris. They clearly were competitive the last 2 years, and for them to take a big step backward would be a big shock and a big surprise. So I don't know, man. I don't have much else to add. I really am excited for the rest of the F1 season. It was a fun way to kick off the year. It was intriguing. It was surprising. And, man, I just had a really, really great time.